Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Biological Stuff. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the topic that is the skeletal system. In this video we will discuss that what is the skeletal system, what are the parts of the skeletal system, and what exactly the functions of the skeletal or the division of the skeletal, axial and appendicular, or how is the classification of the bone based on the shape. So friends, in this video I have covered these topics in a very simple English language with the help of notes as well, and I have prepared these notes by my hands, and I am sure that after watching this video you will not have any doubts. Still, if you face any doubts, you can mention your doubts in a comment box. I will clarify it. So let's move further. Before that, if you have not subscribed my channel, please click on the subscribe button, press on the bell button as well, so that you will get these videos related to the biological stuff. Okay, let's move to the slide now. That what is a skeletal system? A skeletal system is just a framework of the body. It is a framework of the body made up of the bones and other connective tissue. So it is a very simple that made up of the framework, like made up of the bones and connective tissue, which protects and supports our body tissues and the internal organ. In this video you can see that this skeletal system made up of only the bones, which is helping in many ways, like in supporting, in the moving, in the other functions also we will discuss step by step in the further slides. Only please keep watching this video till the end so that you will be able to understand it very well. Let's move to the next slide now. That what are the parts of the skeletal system? Generally there are four parts of the skeletal system: bones, cartilages, ligaments and joint. What are the bones? So bones is just a living tissue that makes up the body's skeleton system. If we talk about the cartilages, so cartilages, like these are the connective tissues that allows the joint movement and reduces the friction between the joint. When we walk, so there are chances for the friction. So these cartilages reduces the friction between our joint. Third part is a ligament. Ligaments are the fibrous connective tissue which attaches bone to bone. Only the fibrous connective tissue, the attach bone to bone only, known as a ligament. If we talk about the joint, so when the two bones are joined together, this is a joint. You can see in this picture it is a joint. So there are basically four parts of the skeletal system. It is composed of only four parts: bones, cartilages, ligaments and joint. Now let's move to the next slide. That is the functions of the skeleton system. There are many functions of the skeletal system, but here in the main functions I have mentioned, that is a support. First is a support. Support means like this skeleton supports our soft organs of the body. Second is a protection. Skeleton protects the organs such as the brain, spinal cord, our lungs. So it helps in the protection. And third function is the movement. It supports our body weight and helps us to stand. With the help of the skeletal system, we are able to move from one place to the another place. Fourth point is a storage. This skeletal system, how like it helps in the storage, like minerals and lipids are stored within the bone material. In this way it helps in the storage as well, storage of the minerals and lipids. The fifth major function is the blood cell formation. The bone marrow is responsible for the blood cell formulation, for blood cell production. The bone marrow is present, and in this bone marrow only the blood cell produces like red blood cells. So these bone marrow is only responsible for the blood cell production. So these are the five main functions of the skeletal system. First is the support, protection, movement, storage and blood cell formation. The next slide. Division of the skeletal system. In the human body consists the 206 bones And this human skeletal system divided into the two divisions. First is the axial skeleton. In the axial skeleton 80 bones are present, and in the appendicular skeleton 126 bones are present. So very simple, that the skeleton consists of the 206 bones divided into the two divisions. First is the axial skeleton consisting 80 bones, appendicular consisting the 126 bones. In the further slides we will discuss that how, like what exactly the bones are present in the axial and what exactly the bones are present in the appendicular. Just keep watching this video till the end, then you will only be able to understand this. So next slide, first we have discussed about the classification of the bones based on the shape. If we look at the shape wise, so there are many shapes of the bones are present in our body. So on the basis of shapes we have classified the bones. First is a long bone. Long bones are those bones which are greater in the length rather than the width, such as femur, humerus, etc. So femur and humerus are the bones, they are greater in the length than the width. In this image you can see this is a humerus and this is a radius. So these two bones are greater in length rather than width. This is known as a long bones. Short bones are those bones which are cubical in shape. In this picture you can see this is a tarsal and this is a carpal. So these two bones are examples of the short bone. Short bone are those bones which are cubed in shape and are nearly equal to the length and width. If we look at the dimension size, so their length and width is equal. Not greater in the length, not greater in the width. It is equal. Example of the short bone is tarsal and the carpal, etc. The third is a flat bone. Flat bone is that bone which is thin and composed of two nearly parallel plate type of bone. Example, scapula and sternum. In this picture you can see that sternum and scapula are the flat bone. It's a very thin bone. That's why it is included into the flat bone. I hope these three are clear: long bone, short bone and flat bone. Next slide, we just see that the irregular bone. Irregular bone is that bone which is complex in the shape. If we look at the shape of the irregular bone, so it is very complexity is there and cannot be grouped into any of the previous category like the vertebra, hip bone, etc. These are very unique type of bones. For example, vertebrae and the hip bones. These are the irregular bones. Last is the sesamoid bone. Sesamoid bone is that bone which protect the tendon from excessive wearing and tearing. So sesamoid bone, what exactly is the function of sesamoid? Just to protect the tendon from the wearing and tearing. Example, patella. Patella is a best example of the sesamoid bone. In this picture you can see patella is present in our knees. It is very small type of bone, not very small exactly, but it is present in the joint and it is an example of the sesamoid bone. I hope it is clear, irregular bone and the sesamoid bone. So in next slide we just see the axial skeletal system. From this slide now onwards we will discuss what exactly the bones are present in this skull, hyoid, vertebra and all. So what is the axial skeleton first of all? So axial skeleton starts along from the central axis. This axial skeleton consists of the 80 bones along the central axis of the human body. Whatever the bones are present along the central axis, either ribs, either skull, face, all include into the axial skeleton system. If we talk about the part of this axial skeleton, so it is composed of the 5 parts. First is the skull. In the skull, cranium and facial bones includes, and second is the hyoid bone. Third is the vertebra column, rib cage and sternum. So only the 5 parts compose in the axial skeleton system. I hope it is clear that 80 bones present in axial skeleton and along the central axis of the human body. In the next slide, let's move. That is a appendicular skeleton. So what is a appendicular skeleton? It includes the bones of the limbs and the bones that anchor them to the axial skeleton system. Means our upper limbs, our lower limbs include into the appendicular, and whatever the bones are helps to anchor them to the axial skeletal system, those bones also include into the appendicular skeleton. So it is composed of the 126 bones. So in the appendicular 126 bones are present, in axial 80 bones are present. If we talk about the part of the appendicular, so it is a pectoral girdle, pelvic, upper limb and lower limb. Further we will discuss what bones are present in pectoral, pelvic, upper limb. So generally first you just remember in the appendicular 126 bones and the axial 80 bones are present. In the next slide, it is a very good slide. Here we have discussed how to learn these bones. In the skeletal system we should know the each and every bone and what is the number of bones are present in the body. In the axial 80 bones are present. In axial these 5 parts are included. So in the skull, cranium contains 8 bones, face contains 14 bones, hyoid is only a single bone, auditory ossicle 6 in number in both the ear, vertebra column 26 in number, so 26 bones present in the vertebra column. In the thorax only sternum is there, so it is one bone, only sternum is a one bone. So overall the sum is the 80 bone are present in axial. In appendicular 126 are bones present, like in the pectoral girdle, clavicle and scapula are present. Clavicle 2 in number in both the side, both the shoulder side. So all the numbers are mentioned 2 in number in both the side. So in pectoral girdle, clavicle, scapula bones are present. In upper limb, humerus, ulna, radius, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. These are present. So in the one hand, like phalange, if I talk about phalanges, in one hand only the 14 phalanges are present. So in both hand it will be 28. If we talk about metacarpal, so 5 metacarpal in one hand, so 5 metacarpal in the next hand. Similarly, like pelvic and girdle, if we talk about pelvic, so 2 hip bone are present. In the lower limb, femur, patella, fibula, tibia, tarsal, metatarsal and phalanges. All are like present, in the phalanges same. In the one leg 14 phalanges are there, in the second also 14. So if we sum it, so it would be the 28. If we calculate the whole, it would be result of 126. So 126 bones in the appendicular, 80 bones are present in the axial skeletal system. Friends, you can take the screenshot of this pic. It will help you a lot to remember the number of the bones present in our body in a sequence wise. I hope it is clear that how to learn the bones of the adult skeleton. Let's move to the next slide. This is the axial skeletal system. Let's start with axial skeletal system. The skull. First we talk about the skull. So 22 bones are present in our skull, and the skull bones are divided into the 2 parts. First is a cranial bone, second is a facial bone. In the cranial 8 bones are present. In the facial 14 bones are present. Let's move to the next slide. In the cranial, if I talk about the cranial, so 8 bones are present in the cranial. First is a frontal bone. In this picture you can see this is a frontal bone, and 2 bones are parietal. This is a parietal. So 2 bones, parietal bones are 2 in number, and 2 temporal bone present near to the ear, and 1 occipital bone. Here is a occipital bone. This is at the back side. It is a occipital, and first is a sphenoid. 1 sphenoid bone. This is a sphenoid, and 1 ethmoid bone. In the eye basically, ethmoid bone is present. So you can remember it very easily that mostly the cranial bones are 1 in number, but apart from the parietal and temporal. These parietal and temporal bones are 2 in number. So you can remember it that frontal, occipital, sphenoid and ethmoid bones are 1 in number. Parietal and temporal are 2 in number. So overall like 8 bones are present in our cranial bone. Okay, so let's move to next slide. That is a facial bone. In our face 14 bones are present and mostly 2 in number, and whatever the bones are present 1 in number I have mentioned at the bottom side, so that you can learn it very easily. So let's start from the maxilla. Look at this picture. This is a maxilla. It is a 2 in number. Maxilla are the 2 in number. Zygomatic bone. Next is a zygomatic. Zygomatic bone, if we look at the picture, so near the eye, zygomatic bone are present. Lacrimal bone inside the eyes, lacrimal bones are there. 2 nasal bone, it is like here it is a nasal bone. So these are also 2 in number, and 2 inferior nasal cone. 2 inferior nasal cones are there. It is present inside the nose. And 2 palatine bones are there. Palatine bones are present inside our eyes. And 1 vomer and 1 mandible bone is there. So mostly in the face the bones are present 2 in number, and vomer and mandible are 1 in number. I hope it is clear that what exactly the bones are present in our facial. Let's move to the next slide. That is a hyoid bone. Hyoid bone is 1 in number. Look in this picture, the red color, this is a hyoid bone which is red in color. Hyoid bone is also known as a lingual bone, and hyoid bone is important as it plays a number of physiological, it helps in the physiological functions including the breathing, swallowing and speech. So it is important as it plays the number of physiological functions like breathing, swallowing and speech. And you know that one interesting point is that hyoid bone is a unique one because of its placement in the body. How like the placement is this? Like unlike other bones, if we talk about the other bones, so other bones are like directly attached to the bones. So this hyoid bone is not directly attached to the bones, it is attached to the muscles. The hyoid bone is attached to more than 4 muscles. That's why it is special and unique. If the question comes in the exam that why the hyoid bone is unique, so you can say that like you can mention because of its placement in the body it is unique, as it is attached to the muscles. Even more than 4 muscles hyoid bone is attached. I hope it is clear that hyoid bone 1 is number and it's unique and plays the various functions. Let's move to the next slide. That is the auditory ossicles. So auditory ossicle like 6 in number. 6 bones are present. 6 bones are in number. In one ear 3 bones are present. In next ear 3 bones are present. So the auditory ossicles are 3 smallest bone in the human body. So these are the 3 smallest bone present in our human body, found in the part of the middle ear. Exactly where it is present? In the middle of the part of the middle ear. In this is a like a middle, it's a brief of the middle ear picture, like malleus, incus and stapes. The name of the 3 smallest bones are incus, malleus and stapes. In this picture also it is mentioned. This is a malleus and it is a incus and it is a stapes. So friends, these are the 3 smallest bones present in our human body. If we talk about the advantage, so it very sensitivity to the soft sounds. We can hear like we can hear the like soft sounds as well. So advantage of the auditory ossicle is that it is very sensitive to the soft sound, and disadvantage is that there are possibility for the damage of the sensory cells from the loud sound. So from the loud sound it may damage also. So very sensitive also. In this picture I have mentioned like it is a zoom picture of the auditory ossicle. It's a malleus bone, it's a incus bone and it is a stapes bone. I hope it is clear friends that auditory ossicle 6 bones are in number, 3 present in one ear, 3 in the another ear, basically in the part of the middle ear. Let's move to the next slide. It's a vertebra column. So vertebra column are 26 in numbers. And vertebral column, like it is a series of the bone. In this picture you can see the picture of the vertebral column, and it is divided various parts, divided into the various parts like cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum and coccyx. So it is composed of the series of bones known as a vertebra. In the adult, 26 bones are present in the vertebral column. If we talk about the function of the vertebral column, so it supports the body balance and the spinal cord. So its main function is to support the spinal cord and the body balance. Third function of the vertebral column is that it provides a flexible motion. Flexible motion means the point of attachment for the various muscles. It means it provides a flexibility while movement. Moreover, it is a point of the attachment for the various muscles. Because this vertebral column is irregular in the shape, so somewhere it helps in the attachment for the various muscles. The various muscles can attach to this. The last point is mentioned from the cervical region to the sacrum region. Cervical to sacrum region, each vertebra has a large hole. Each vertebra has a large hole known as a vertebral foramen as well, in which the spinal cord can travel. So the foramen, like vertebral foramen is present in between the vertebral column, in which the spinal cord can travel. I hope it is clear, friends. Let's move to the next slide, in which we will discuss about the parts of the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum and coccyx. Friends, if you have any kind of doubt, just mention in a comment box. I will clarify it. So next is a part. In this slide we have discussed that part of the vertebral column, like cervical. First we discuss about the cervical. So 7 bones are present in the cervical region. The 7 cervical vertebra, it is present in our neck region. Labeling is just like C1 to C7. Why it is mentioned C1 to C7? Because 7 bones are present in the vertebral column, so labeled as C1 to C7. If we talk about the thoracic vertebra, it is a 12 in number that articulate with the ribs, which is connected to our ribs from the anterior side. So 12 in number, that's why it is labeled as T1 to T12. Next is the lumbar region. So 5 bones are present in our lumbar region, which supports our lower back. If we talk about the labeling, so it is L1 to L5, because 5 bones are present in our lumbar vertebra. I hope it is clear that 7 bones in cervical, thoracic, only 12 bone. In the lumbar region, 5 bones are present. Now let's move to the next slide. That is a sacrum and coccyx. This is a sacrum. This is a picture of the sacrum and the coccyx. First, let's discuss about the sacrum. So sacrum is a fusion of the 5 vertebra. It is a fusion of the 5 vertebra. And if we talk about the coccyx, so coccyx is known as a tailbone, and it is a fusion of the 3 to 5 irregular vertebra. So sacrum is a fusion of 5 vertebra, and coccyx is a fusion of 3 to 5 irregular vertebra. Anyways, the sacrum and coccyx are single bones that results from the fusion of the several vertebra. So it helps in the fusion of other several vertebrae. So it's all about the sacrum and coccyx. Friends, it is also a zoomed picture of the sacrum and coccyx. This is the sacrum, and last part is the coccyx. Friends, next is the sternum. Sternum, if we talk about, so it is a one bone sternum. It is known as a breastbone. It is flat in bone. Moreover, where is it location? Lies in the middle front part of the rib cage. In middle front part of the rib cage it is present. And if we talk about in the deep that what exactly the parts of the sternum, there are 3 parts of the sternum. First is a manubrium, which is green in color. Second is a body of sternum, which is sky blue in color. Last is a xiphoid process, which is like purple in the color. But still, like sternum is a one bone. These are only the part of the sternum. Location present in the middle front part of the rib cage. Let's move to the next slide, that is the ribs. In the ribs, 24 bones are present Generally, the 12 pairs of ribs, like 12 bones are present in right side and 12 bones are present in the left side. So it is 12 pair of ribs which gives the structural support to the side of the thoracic cavity. So the function of these rib cage is to support the thoracic cavity, and inside the thoracic cavity our lungs are present. So these ribs plays a major role in supporting the thoracic cavity. So in the one, as we discussed, that 12 bones are present in left side and 12 bones are present in the right side. So first seven bones are known as the true ribs. First seven pair of bones are known as the true ribs because it is directly attached to our sternum. Okay, I hope it is clear. First seven bones are attached directly to the sternum. That is why it is known as the true bones. And last, and the another three bones, 8, 9 and 10, these three bones are called as a false bone because it is directly attached to the seventh bone only. It is not attached to the sternum, only attached to the seventh bone of the sternum. And last, the remaining two bones, 11 and 12, these two bones are known as the floating ribs, floating bone, because it is attached to the back of the rib cage. It is attached to the back of the rib cage, that is why it is known as a floating bones. I hope it is clear. First seven are known as sternum and another three one are known as false bone because it is not attached to the sternum, it is attached to the seventh bone. And last two, 11th and 12th bones are known as a floating bone because these two bones are attached at the back of the rib cage. I hope it is clear. Friends, in the next appendicular system I have discussed in the next video, named as part 2 appendicular system. So wait for some time. I will upload a new video related in which I will discuss about the appendicular system. I hope you are liking this video. So thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe and like my channel. Also keep supporting me. I will prepare the next video for you as soon as possible. If you have any doubt, you can mention in the comment box. Okay friends, bye bye, take care.